Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Give you a nice little cold start there to do a little introduction. Haven't heard one of those in a minute. So check it out. Right now, let's see if we get it to focus. I'm at 45,000. Let's see, there we go. 45,280 miles. But I'm gonna go ahead and do, and I was underneath the hood the other day, but I'm gonna do a radiator flush. And let me show you why. All right, y'all, so when I came under here, I noticed, hey, this doesn't look like it has much fluid in there. So I went ahead, uncapped this. And I took a look in there and I was like, man, there's nothing in there. And I don't know if you could tell, but way down there, the fluid that is in there is orange. A dirty, burnt orange. Okay, so I went up to the Dodge dealership really quick, you know, got myself some antifreeze. Here you go. And so this is concentrated right here. So you have to mix it, get yourself some distilled, mix it 50-50. But so I mixed up a little bit because I was going to add it in there and it looks pink, the purplish, you know. So I'm thinking, man, I can't mix this in with that dirty orange stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you really quick how we're going to flush this out. I want to get all this nasty fluid out, fill it with all the good new purple pink little Mopar antifreeze right here. So yeah, should be pretty simple. I'm gonna have to lift up the car, jack it up, and we're gonna have to take off the belly pans on the bottom, just so we could access the drain plug and all that. All right, y'all, so I got it jacked up. Put your jack stands on the bottom. I like to leave the jack on there too, just a little extra reinforcement. I also put the wheel chocks back here just to make sure we don't got no movement. So like I said, next step right now is going to be to jump underneath the car here. We're gonna have to take off the belly pans. Let me see. So you're gonna have to start with this one and that second one back there. This is gonna be your drain tube right here, and this is where we're going to be dropping all that nasty old antifreeze out of. All right, y'all, so I'll show you really quick. So this is going to be a 10 millimeter. You're going to have two of them, one right here, one on the opposite end over here. Go ahead and pull that out. Like I said, it's a 10 millimeter. Then you're going to have these little push pins that are in here. I already started pulling this one out, and then I was thinking, oh, well, you know what? I should probably record it. So there's one there, one there. You got the third one over there. And then that's going to drop this. Don't forget that belly pan over there has another 10 right there. And another 10 right there that you need to remove. All right, y'all. So I got the first one out back there, and then I'm wondering, why doesn't this one come out? So you know what I'm noticing? Look, it's got another one right up here, another push pin. It's right behind the tire. Sorry, the positioning is kind of weird, but look at here's the front of the tire, so it's gonna be right in front of it. So it has one on either side, so you gotta pop those out too. So make sure you get those, because if not, it's gonna get stuck. All right, y'all, my bad. I forgot another one. I guess there's another one right here on the side that you need to pull. So make sure you get the top one right there, and follow this along the side, and make sure you get that side on the second piece. This is the peacock thing, so you're gonna have to twist this. I don't know how tight it is. I really don't want to start messing with it until I have a bucket or something under here, because like I say, it's gonna come straight out this other end right here. So it's pretty short. So yeah, make sure you have a bucket, get yourself something. uncap the top. Of course, make sure that you uncap the coolant, your antifreeze up on top, and then yeah, you're gonna have to turn this to the left. It's gonna start dripping. Definitely monitor this, put some pressure on it. Don't let it just fly out on you. It's a pain in the butt to get this back in. Once it comes out, it does give you some little pressure, like it wants to push out. That's why, you know, open it gently, little by little. Yeah, it's, if you let this fall out, it's I don't know, it's gonna be a tough day for you. I had to get me just a little set of pliers just to give it a quick little movement there, but I got it to move just a little bit. So I want to see if I can record this. You know, make sure you get your big old bucket or whatever you got, because it's gonna start dripping down. All right, so as you see, it's starting little by little, but it's coming. So I don't want to open up a whole lot, but just enough for it to drip out a little bit more. That's how you just do it, you know, little by little. Be very careful. You know, gradually just let it out. There you go. Once you turn it enough, that's what you want to see right there. No more than that. More than that, it's gonna shoot that little peacock thing right on out. Just be patient with it. You may have to do this, you know, I don't know, right now it's about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock here. You gotta do this kind of earlier in the day before the sun goes down, because what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, so I'm letting this drip out right now, or come out, then I'm gonna run through it with the distilled water. Probably gonna reflush it maybe like one time, and then I even bought this other flush that we're gonna run through the car to get any contaminants out, and then I'm gonna run the distilled again. So I'm gonna do this process maybe about 3-4 times. I bought me 6 gallons of distilled water. I have 2 here, so I just want to clean out the system thoroughly. And yeah, I want to put in that clean stuff. I mean, new stuff always runs better than this old nasty stuff that's probably been in here since 2015, since the car was made. So yeah, definitely time for a change. All right, Charles. So I mean, it's kind of dripping still, not really a whole lot. Go ahead and tighten this back up. Let's see how much we got here. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is refill it with the distilled water. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at this. Let me see if I can get in the sun here. This is nasty and orange. This is nothing compared to what should be riding in here. And I'll put it like in a water bottle or in a container right now so you can see a better picture. But I mean, man, you're comparing that to, sorry, to this. Sheesh. It's a good thing that I'm changing this. Can you imagine? This thing is like, man, hasn't taken a rinse, hasn't taken a shower, and like I said, probably years. Look at how filthy and dirty this is. All right, y'all, so we're gonna start filling it up. Like I said, make sure you use some distilled water here. This isn't even a full gallon. I'll find out how much exactly it is that you need, but just start filling this up again. Fill it up, because you're gonna have to turn on the car. I wanna run all that other nasty stuff out of here. So you're gonna have to fill it back up. Turn on the car, turn on your heater, crank it up, get that ride, you know, so we could get everything that's in the heater core. That's what you're turning on the heater for, because you want to let all that other stuff that's in the heater core loose, so we could go ahead and drain that also. I don't know if you're able to see, but look at it, it's got all those particles and all that stuff going in there. So what we need to do right now is we need to start the car really quick. I'm sure it's gonna have some air bubbles in there, but let's go ahead and give this a quick crank. So we try to get some of this out of there. And let's see. Let's hold this down. out the air, come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over here. And then you can move the hoses a little bit to help work out the air. Come over quick, see how much more it goes down. I'm gonna top it off with a little bit more distilled, let it run for a few minutes, get everything out of the heater core, drain it again. All right, y'all, so I got it cranked up. You got it on high heat. What I'm looking for, I mean, it's almost in the middle. You do want to keep track of this. You want to make sure that when you do light up the car, start it up, that this thing doesn't shoot up or that doesn't start overheating, something didn't go wrong. Obviously you're gonna have to turn off the car immediately, but I've already been running the car for a few minutes and it's building up, you know, normally. I mean, it's going back into the middle where it's supposed to be. Heat's coming through, not as good as I'd like it, but it's, you know, it's gonna happen right now after we finish flushing everything out and burp out the air and everything else. But this is where you want it. So once it gets, you know, maybe about even right here to the halfway mark, you're gonna shut it off, you're gonna re-drain it, and you're gonna do it again. So I don't know if you can hear that, but you hear the gurgles? That's all the air that's being pushed out. I just turned off the car. I don't know if you could hear that. So the air is trying to push itself out. Again, you just hang tight. Like I said, it's kind of a time-consuming process because you got. This isn't hot, but if I were to open this, all that's just going to come flooding, shooting straight out at me because this is warm in here. So, you know, give it, you know, your 5-10 minutes, let it cool off, then pop it open, and then you got to go to the bottom, drain it again. Like I say, I mean, it's kind of time consuming. I mean, I'm going to do this at least, I don't know, another 2-3 more times. So my next step is I bought this thing, you know, this Blue Devil Radiator flush right here. So right now, what I'm going to do is after I drop off this water out of here, I'm going to run it again. I'm going to put in some more water. I'm going to drop this in there, let it run. This thing says you need to run it 10 minutes. And then once I do that, then I'm going to drop that, and I'll probably rinse it out just one more time just to be safe, you know. I just want to make sure that I don't have, that I'm not mixing any antifreezes. You know, last thing I want, I don't know whoever had the car before me, if it was, you know, still just the Mopar stuff that came from the factory, if somebody else touched it. But from the looks of it, seeing that it's dark orange like that, I mean, maybe it's burnt out antifreeze, I'm not too sure. But I don't want to be, you know, I want to be cautious about it, better yet, you know. So I'm gonna take all the steps, you know. I've got all the equipment here. I got 2 of these. I don't think that I'm gonna need 2 of these. I got enough water, and yeah, just make sure that it's done properly. All right, y'all, so check this out. This is what came out, and this is the color it's supposed to be when it's new. So again, I'm not too sure if this is what happens after it's been ran through for, you know, 3-4 years. I'm really not too sure. I'm not an expert on the antifreeze, so I can't tell you why this happened, or maybe they just used, I don't know, the green antifreeze or the yellow antifreeze maybe, and they used the wrong one. But this is what's going in, this light one right here, this light purple stuff. So I went ahead and added the distilled, and it's dripping back out again. And so it's filling about roughly a gallon is what it came out to right here. So yeah, so when you guys are doing it, just, you know, have some extra water gallons on hand. All right, so I drained it the second time. It looks a little bit cleaner. I mean, there's still some orange in there. Next step, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in this Blue Devil flush in here. So I went ahead and I added a little bit of that distilled water already. I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this in there, fill it up with the water again. There's a little mark, and you can't really see it right here. I don't know if that shows anything. I don't think it does, but there's a little mark right here on the side, and I'll tell you where the fill and the full level little indication sign is right there. So that's gonna let you know where you need to fill it. Again, you're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna drop this in there, I'm gonna fill it. So where it says full, I'm gonna turn on the car, run the heater. This thing says to do it for 10 minutes. So I would suggest you have some gas in there too. I mean, I don't know how much gas this is gonna burn, but yeah, if you're gonna let it run for like 10 minutes or so, make sure you got some gas. Also, check it out. Here we go. It's white. It looks like water. Yeah, right, you just want to go ahead and just dump all that in there. And like I said, I'm just doing this as an added little protective. You know, I mean, I'm not too sure what other fluid was in there. I mean, just for my own peace of mind is why I'm doing it. I just want to make sure that everything's cleaned out. I don't want to be adding a different type of antifreeze in there than what was in there before, because then it's going to start gumming everything up, and yeah, you just don't want to cross-contaminate. You want to make sure that everything is thoroughly cleaned. All right, y'all, so I let it run the 10 minutes. You could definitely hear the bubbling there. I don't think that you heard it the first time. Maybe not as good, but yeah, you can hear that. Definitely hear that. All right, y'all, so this is where we're at. This is from the first, what I got released. So it's pretty thick. The consistency, you could tell it's a little thick. This is what I pulled out after I did a second time. And you can't really tell because I can't slush it around a little bit, but it's a little bit thinner. And this is the third try. See, it's still coming out a little bit orange. And this is after I did the radiator flush in here, and it's still coming out like this. So that's how come I went ahead, I added some more of this distilled, went at it again. So let me go ahead and get rid of this, and let me pour out whatever's in there. All right, so check it out. I mean, it's almost clear. It's kind of pinkish still, but hey, it's kind of close enough. I don't know. I may give it another flush. I'm not too sure. I mean, sun's really not on my side right now, so I don't know. I may have to wind up leaving it at that. All right, y'all, so I fed it the purple drink right here. Mix this with a little bit of this. Put some more water on that. I need to. The heater cooler kicked in. Look at that. It's gone. So I gave it the purple drink, and the heater's blowing out hot. Make sure you got your setting up on high. Yeah, and you should feel it kind of burning your face. Come back out here. Make sure that your fluid is where it needs to be. See, I'm a little short. It should be up to at least where that line is up there, so I'm gonna have to add a little bit to it. But yeah, man, it's that simple, that easy. I mean, they charge you like two some at the shop. I mean, you could do this yourself. I mean, yeah, granted, it took what, maybe like 3 hours because I did so many cycles, but it's because I'm trying to flush out all that stuff. But yeah, if you already got like the purple stuff and you're just trying to refill it, or maybe just dump it and add some new stuff in there, it's not that time consuming. So last thing you want to check is you want to make sure that you're not dripping on the bottom of the peacock over here. And you want to make sure that there's nothing leaking. Right here, as you can see, there's nothing coming out. Maybe that little drip, but I mean nothing's coming out from there. You want to make sure that's nice and tight. Next step, I mean, it's just to make sure that the level right here is good. Still need to add a little bit more, but after that, it's a wrap. All right, y'all, so the sun's down. Drop the car, check your level one last time. See, it's a little low right there. I mixed a little bit more up, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in. Got it right here. There you go. Just like that. Appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Have a good weekend.